this works. I don't know. Oops. Okay, yeah, all safe. Alright, okay. Neat. Oh, hello. Man. Wonder if this works. The mic works, right? Sorry, I'm setting up some stuff for the OBS, so it took a bit. I wanted to stream earlier, but I'm experimenting with new things. Whew. I'm probably not gonna stream for 12 hours this time. Just, you know, I'm thinking of making it a bi-weekly thing, but who knows. Hi! Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, sorry. I've been gone for a bit. I just don't have time to stream that much. Well, actually, I do have lots of time. It's just that I get tired very quickly. So even if I plan to make like another stream, it's probably gonna be a bi-weekly thing. You know, like once every 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna pull another all-day stream. At least not until the next long holiday, which is, I don't know, whenever that is. Tomorrow is Monday, so it's back to work, so I can't really be too tired. No, it's okay. You didn't have to make them. I really appreciate the thought. It's alright. You don't have to force yourself. Thank you. I've been doing okay. It's just getting busier, maybe. I think it's going to be more. Well, not more, but. Well, January has been very busy. Like, lots of things to take care of. So I haven't had a time to like stream. I only have time to draw for like 3 hours or 4, and then back to work. Oh shit. I'm just gonna today the plan is to just I'm gonna draw one or two Teen Titans fan art, Flinx of course, and then I'm gonna like make an adoptable because you know I have adoptables on my vegan, and since apparently most of them sold out, I figured I should make another one. I already have the sketch ready, so it shouldn't take long. And then off screen, you know, I won't be streaming for 12 hours, so it's probably going to cap at like 4 hours max, and then we're done. And then off stream, I'm gonna continue drawing commissions and stuff. I can't really show them on stream. Because merch I need to do for sales. Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, it's not like you know people would pay attention that much. I mean, I was late for Jing's supposed birthday. Not really her birthday, but you know what I mean. I still haven't worked on the Genshin one, the supposed the birthday animation, because I'm just so busy. Those animations they take forever to make, because well, aside from the overall me being tired all the time, it's also because it's just when I'm unemployed, it took 2 weeks to make them. So imagine when I have a job, probably longer. I've been trying to like draw as much as I can because it's like ah, I don't feel at peace when I don't draw. Maybe that's just a me thing. Who knows? Probably because my only outlet is like drawing. So um, whenever I try to draw, it's like oh, um, I got some ideas out there. Job? Okay, all right. The job word, yes. Oof. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, okay, go ahead, Lapin. Catch you later, maybe when I still stream in like another 3 hours. Yep, go ahead. I'll stay here. I I actually planned to stream like yesterday, last night, but uh, the bed magnet, the bed called to me. Like I deliberately tried to like set an alarm this morning, like waking up at like 5 a.m. But wow, I was like still trying to process waking up. So I just got like all functioning like an hour ago. Let me just. Have you seen Spike's Family? I haven't actually. To be honest, I haven't seen much anime nowadays. I just don't have time. I usually just rewatch old stuff at most because I already know the episodes. No surprises there. I get like hyper fixated on things very quickly, so I just at times I try to avoid being attached to things. Maybe I will watch it when the hype dies down a little and the anime is completed. Like already all episodes are out there and they're not producing anymore. Maybe I will watch it. I have an okay-ish sleep schedule. It's just that on weekends I deliberately destroy it so I can have more free time. It's just a weekend thing, but I still have like I still sleep at least a moderately normal time on weekdays. And that's why you don't see me streaming a lot. But on weekends, I have to stay up. I have to stay up. That's like the few times in life I have free time. I'm not gonna waste that. Oh, let me just hold on. Give me a moment. I forgot how to do you. I forgot how to. Maybe it's in here. Um. Where do I see this? Increase, reduce, emphasize. There it is. Okay. Default. Alright. I changed my preference a bit so it doesn't look. Oof. I have lots of things to draw, but I just hate that, whenever I finish drawing stuff, it feels like I have this like cool down for the next like 2-3 days. That's why when I'm in the zone, I have to finish lots of things quick, or else it's gonna have a cooldown. Like suddenly, oh, I don't feel motivated to do anything. Actually, I don't feel motivated to do anything at all. Okay. Ooh. I haven't eaten breakfast. Oh, hold on. Performance, huh? Let me check. Try to make this as not laggy as possible. Yeah, poor me and my poor work laptop. Okay. Okay, that's it. It's a little lighter now. Bless clips your paint because you can like put a setting on how many undos you can have. Its maximum is like 200, so you can only undo 200 times. That's its maximum. But you can set it and limit it if you want to save memory and have better performance, so it doesn't lag as much. So bless Clip Studio Paint for having that function. Dope. Alright. Oh, okay, never mind. Oops. Oh no. Just my tablet has been bugging for the past like weeks. Too high. Bless vector lines. I haven't gotten into making merch yet. I wonder if I have the time today. Thing is, tomorrow at like 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. I have like stuff at work I have to finish. Usually I have spare time in like super early morning to draw. Oh, hold on. I forgot. Open. Ooh. I should like get lunch. Oh yeah, so I ordered myself like an air fryer. I thought it will help me, make food and stuff. It should arrive either tomorrow or today, the fastest. Hope it arrives today so I can like test it out, see if it works. Um, Long dog. Dog very long. Let me shorten it. Oops, I forgot. They're in the same layer. Thank God for vector layer. Too short. Dog very short. Maybe just this. Maybe, yeah, sure. Kind of reminds me of Marmaduke. I remember that movie. What a weird film. Pause too big. Yeah. You thought I just wing it, and I'm not using any references. Good enough. As long as it tells a story. How do they look like? Let me. Okay, so they have collar. They also have. Okay. Brawl Master. I think I saw it, but I kind of forgot what you said. Hi, good to see you. I haven't really checked the previous streams since I streamed it. It's been very busy lately. Busy with work, with a job. Oh right. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine too. Oops. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I remember your comment now. Yeah, thanks. Glad you think so. It took a while. That took a while to finish, but it's all worth it. I just like making those stuff, you know. Whenever I got to caught up with like a fandom or some interest, usually the first thing I would do is make an animation for it. I did that with I did that with Genshin. I did that with like Sonic too. I also did that with my previous fandoms. Though they don't last as long as what I'm making. It was actually like part of like my old dream back when I was still like a freshman. I used to always want to be like this generalist artist, as in, you know, what do you call it? Or like jack of all trades kind of artist, so I can copy art styles and just try to imitate as best as I can something that has already existed. Though, you know, that dream kind of doesn't feel viable for me anymore. Not that I hate it. I do like it. I just started to realize I only like doing this to my own things and not working for a studio. Because with studios, it's like, oh, you have like these separate deadlines you have to catch, right? Like this different clients that have their needs need to be like met, but that's very tiring. I started to realize that I'm not really a big fan of that. I don't like doing what people told me what to do. So I you know, my habit, it was a habit at some point, as in I try to mimic the art style of the things that I like. It kind of becomes my way of contributing to fandoms. But enough of my ramblings. Will I make another? Maybe, but I haven't really thought of. So I actually no, never mind. I do actually thought of like another project that I'm thinking of. But it will probably take longer than that one, because this one has more animation and it has more scenes and storyboards, still less color, you know, compared to that one. That what makes it long, what makes it take so long to make is coloring the animation, because I was like, oh, you have to do like all of them, like per frame, to color all of them, and it's like very very tiring to do. Not tiring, it's more repetitive, and I don't like that, like doing the same thing over and over and over again. I much prefer animating, as in, you know, it's a different frame and then you have to color all of them. Oh, that's so tiring. Like, okay, all red for layer 1 in each frame, and then all blue for layer layer 2 in each frame. That's so, oh man, repetitive, and I don't like it. But it's something that I have to do. Yeah, it's so repetitive. At least when you're animating, it's like every frame is a different drawing, you know? At least when it's like animation, or even just in between. Every frame is a different drawing, even if it's like a similar pose. But with coloring, it's like every layer is red, and then you go back again to the first frame, every layer is blue, so on and so forth. Oh man, I salute the colorists, you know, people who color, and because I cannot be that patient. Shadings is at least a little bit, you know, a little bit tolerable because I can just copy paste them. Coloring though, if each frame is a different like, if each frame is a different drawing, yep, you have to do it manually. Let me see. What's the password? Yep, in general too. Yeah, those animators during the 2000s. At least in the 2000s, I think 2000s, mid 20s, 2010s, they already have Photoshop. So yeah, I mean it's still repetitive, but you don't have to use oil paint for every background like in the 90s. The 2000s, they're, because I remember this was the time when they switched art styles. Do you remember when like initially Ed, Ed and Eddie was like drawn in these squibbly lines, and then eventually they moved to Flash, and it's like more clean looking. I mean, you know, those are great. Makes the job much easier, but it's still more. It's still the same repetitiveness though. You still have to color things one by one, except if you use puppet rigs, in which I don't do that. Let me see. I've always wanted to learn how to animate with puppet rigs, but it just, I don't know. I'm kind of like, oh, okay, not now. I wonder if this works, right? Like, oh, it works. Hold on, let me check. Wait, what? End it? No, it's not. What does that mean? Huh, that's weird. Today? Oh shoot, did I got disconnected? I'm still live on YouTube, right? Yeah, I still am, I think. I'm testing this add-on, like if I can multi-stream somewhere else. I think it works on Twitch just a little bit, but then it just got disconnected. And then the stream just ends out of nowhere, and then it starts again. Very weird. I will try to fix it one day, but I don't know when. I'm just gonna, I'm trying to experiment, see if I can stream on Twitch. Maybe I can stream on like multi-stream anywhere else, but I'm just testing the waters right now because, again, this is I'm drawing and streaming and everything on a work laptop. So it's like, it is struggling to live right now. It is struggling. Oh, but yeah. What's mentioning? You did an amazing job. So you've been perfect. Yeah. I'm glad you think so. Thanks for the kind comment. I did try to put my own art style spin to it, right? Because if you look back at what Teen Titans look like, it's like, you know, the characters are like that. So I just, I self-inserted my own art style to it. I actually did try to be, um, more, what's the word, accurate with the style. I mean, in terms of drawing Kid Flash and everybody. But it's just that with this art, if I just use this art style, it just feels very stiff and I feel restricted in drawing their anatomy. So I had to change it. Initially, when I started like my Tumblr account, I was like trying to match the art style of this show. I had like a whole reference, like every frame I have it saved. But then I thought, oh, it's a little bit too restrictive, I think, especially since they have such limited appearances and lots of them they're off model. So, well, you know what? I'm just screw it. I'm just gonna do it my style. Well, it's half my style. I still use the same color palette as the cartoon. That's why it probably looks kind of similar in a glance. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I tried. But if I were to it's kind of impossible right now. But if I were to create my own, one of those reanimated thing, I kind of wish there was a reanimated project for Teen Titans. I can't believe there wasn't one yet. Maybe there was, but they're probably dead in the waters. Knowing that those kind of projects takes forever to make and find like people who would animate for free. But if there were a reanimated project, I would like to participate in that one. That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, I just saw the news the other day, like cartoon news and stuff. Like people are, there was this news about the Puffy Amiyumi project, reanimated project for the first episode or something. And it was cool. I wish kind of Teen Titans had one too. It's just that these kind of projects they take forever to make, and you have to like be patient with it. So I understand, and especially like since most of the people who participated are like people who are still in school or still in their education, so it's like it's kind of hard to find the time to do it. Yeah, reanimate the entire episode. Maybe they can do stuff with that. Which take months. Yes, exactly. And sometimes people just ghost to you because, maybe they feel bad about leaving the group, but they don't feel like telling anybody. So they just leave and then never say a word. So like, yeah, at some point I just wish I could like, I mean, if I have the time and money as in just not to like hire people, mostly just to feed myself. If I have the time and money, I would do it. But I don't. I wish we still like treat artists like we did in back in like how many centuries ago. Literally just pay them with food and shelter and then lock them for 30 years and that's it. And then you get like this marble art and stuff. I wish I can do that, but with animation instead. Lock me up for the next 10 years. Maybe I can come up with like a whole season. Oh. Okay. Fucking baton. Oh, back in your cave. Yeah. Unironically, I would like that treatment actually. Yeah, like just give me a home, give me food, and then do not talk to me for the next 10 years. I will come up with something. Maybe that's why artists are kind of like weird people, you know? Most artists are all weird people. Me included. Anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, exactly. I could like literally just, man, a whole season of Teen Titans, a new one. Just do that to me. Give me a house and food for the next decade. Something will come out of it. But that's only, you know, that's in an ideal world. Oop. My favorite ones is when they're cuddling. Oh, your hands are dry. Yeah, I like that drawing too. My favorite trope has always been misdirection. What's that behind you? I'm not gonna answer your question. There's just something weird behind you. You have to look away. And you will forget the previous conversation we had. My favorite trope ever. Misdirection. It's not like it mattered. I mean, there's a guy in front of him. Okay. Yeah, Toy Story reanimated. The whole movie, exactly. That's a whole movie. That's like an hour long. That takes forever. The Shrek movie, I remember that. But then again, it's probably because, you know, huge artists and YouTubers are on it. So it's like you have more eyes on those projects. Hold on. Oops, sorry. I'll just save the RAM. This poor laptop is, it is trying to live. Sometimes I'm tempted to just like maybe we need to have our own Discord or something. But I do not want to be distracted with Discord. Not that I don't use it. I use Discord. It's just that sometimes when you use Discord, it's like I don't need to post anywhere else or talk about it anywhere else because I already discussed it in Discord. Okay. They did SpongeBob, yeah. They did. I'd join. Aw. I appreciate that. I don't plan on making one though. Because, you know, I'd stream over there more instead of on YouTube. And I kind of want to stream on YouTube more. Or literally anywhere else. Because I want to try finding new audience to expose my newest hyperfixations to. My main goal for Teen Titans is I need to spread the word, so I need as much attention as possible. Not to me, just to the ship that I like. That I can be dead. True. True. And this is just a me problem, but like usually on Discord, when I already talk about things like brain rotting, literally just sharing headcanons and stuff. I don't feel like sharing it anywhere else. I already shared the people that I want this to reach to on Discord, Mm, and I don't want to do that for this. This 14 times I don't, because I want to spread the word. That's the point. I have to spread the word. It is shit English revitalizing. It is revitalizing itself slowly. Normies won't understand. Yeah, real. Yeah. I try to post my Flinx stuff on Instagram too. You know, again, to spread the word. But I got these people who only probably watches Teen Titans Go talking about another ship that I don't care about. And I'm like, dude, thank God Instagram has one of those delete comments feature, because I can just block and delete their comment and then never see my post, and I never see them again ever after that. You can't do that on Twitter. You can't delete someone else's comment on Twitter. You can hide it, but people can find it. On Insta and Facebook, you can just delete the comment and then never see them again. But yeah, I'm spreading the word, because that's how it is. That's how fandoming works. As long as you have the illusion that someone is active on a fandom, some people, few of them like me, that just would like to join in. That happened with the mythical Plant vs Zombie fandom, and if they can do that, I can do that too. Okay. The dog looks like a dog. That's good enough. So what I'm drawing right now is, this is my headcanon of uh you know the characters like way before. This is my headcanon of like Jinx's past, when she's younger. This is her younger, this is her design. You've probably seen it on my Tumblr. So in my AU, I'm following the implication based on the comics, the issue 53 of the comic, where we first met Leo, or Kid Cold, and it's kind of implied that, again, the implication is that Jinx referred to his sister, like Leo's sister, as like your new sidekick. It's like implying that, oh, what if previously he had a sidekick, and since they both kind of knew each other seemingly on a personal level, I'm thinking like, oh, they used to be this duo, criminal kids that steals from the shop or something like that, and she was like his sidekick, quote unquote, and partner, something like that, partner in crime. And I like to another headcanon is like, that's the reason why she thinks good was never an option for her. Maybe Kid Cold or Leo kind of at the time thinking, oh, I'm down on my luck and you're bad luck, and how about we just cooperate, be partners, and like steal from the local candy shops or something like that. And because of that, she's still this is a like a 12-year-old, like a preteen, because she's like a preteen. Um, she's like have this idea planted that, oh, I guess the only place I belong in is literally doing criminal stuff, and that's my headcanon of it. Yeah, exactly. South Park stuff. I mean, this is the 2000s era we're referencing, right? Obviously, there would be South Park references, The Simpsons, all that stuff. Remember the cartoons from the 2000s, like Powerpuff Girls and stuff? They would reference South Park, and yeah, that's the idea. That's the main idea for them. So they did. I think for a couple of frames, there was like a scene where Blossom from Powerpuff Girls were like among these clothes and stuff, and she came out looking like Cartman. With the red clothes and stuff. Like that is a reference to South Park. So I figured, for this one, that yeah, maybe. That's where I got the idea for Kid Cold, or at this time he's not Kid Cold yet. His name is Leo. Leo's hat is like based on the characters from South Park. I mean, pretty neat because I'm trying to give them like the outfit kids wear back in the 90s, 2000s. With the layered shirts, baggy jeans. The good times, I say. Like skater boy type look, the beanie or the hat cap. The Big Brother aesthetic that's like trending for the past months. I like that. I'm gonna steal that. Exactly. Yep. That's how I picture Jinx and Kid Cole's past in my AU. Literally two kids with like, who has a secret base, who their next plan is to like, you know, um, gravity someplace, steal from the local shop, etc., etc. It's like, it's kind of like Ed and Eddie stuff, Ed and Eddie and all that, like scams and stuff. And this will be like the pinpoint of why Jinx kind of felt tired of being around Leo, because this is just how it is. You're just gonna steal from one place and then they just do nothing. Like it goes nowhere, and that's why she got enrolled to Hive. So she can be more than that. She can be more than just some street rat. At least that's my headcanon. I've known some people try to like, and I like them. I like them all. I like all interpretations. I mean, most. There are some interpretations I'm not a big fan of, but like, I like all many interpretations of Jinx where she had like a sad past. She was like harmed and stuff. But I like to keep it like PG because this is Teen Titans. So um, I just kind of keep it lighthearted. I mean, it's still tragic in a sense. Like, Jinx has no home, so she just stick around in the base and have nobody to come home to, etc. And that's still sad on its own, but still, the focus is more so around stealing the next jewelry, stealing the next wallet from an old lady. And this idea, this art is more so like, I always had canon that Wally, Kid Flash, is like a comic. It's like a geek. He's a nerd, so he likes to like get comic and stuff. And I have this fun, idea that what if at some point they have passed each other, but they didn't realize. And this will also be like the start of like Jing's whole, maybe this is kind of headcanony of me, like why she likes jewelry a lot, because if you watch this cartoon, you see her like hoarding jewelry, you know, like gold and all that stuff. The amulet is literally gold. Yeah, he's supposed to be unrecognizable because this is young Wally. She wouldn't know, he wouldn't know either. But again, I also think that this origin of her is why she's really into stealing jewelry. Well, aside from the whole, uh, girls really do be shopping. Girls like gold, best friend, whatever, diamonds, girl, best friend, whatever trope that is. I just also think that maybe, she never really got the chance to hold onto this jewelry because in my headcanon, Leo would just sell them. They stole and then they sell them to someone else, like the black market or something. I like to think that he knows some like parts of like the shady dealings and stuff, and that's where Jinx got introduced with the villainy world through him. Because I think Kid Cold or Leo isn't utilized enough in Jinx's past. I mean, in like fan interpretation of them, despite the fact that his appearance is literally on the same issue as when the comic showed Kid Flash and Jinx kiss. Like that should be like something I think should be more prevalent. So that's what I'm doing with my AU. I want to make him a little bit more relevant to Jinx, so that's why she doesn't like him at all. I mean, like, why she has such disdain of him. Because he was the one who introduced her to this villainy path that made her think that she doesn't belong anywhere but the dark sides. All right, you have been? That's great. Because that's like the Bible. I mean, like the first thing that you have to read after you watch the show. Because Jinx, despite her popularity, doesn't really appear as much and doesn't really play much role. She's just the girl villain, and that's her entire thing in the show. So they expand upon it a little bit on later in like Speed, and that's only one episode. And you have to read the comics for more stuff around her. Even then, you don't get that much. Yeah, good for you because me too. Like, I think they can do something better, but in a way that maybe certain stories needs to be explained a little bit more carefully or like with clearer outcome, because some of them, especially the ending of uh, How Long Is Forever, the episode with Nightwing and stuff, it's like a little scary as a concept, and Starfire never really got closure at the end. Will they become that way regardless? Like, is the future really is inevitable? And everybody just broke up and Raven becomes like crazy and Beast Boy lost his hairline or something like that, all because Starfire is gone. And like, that's a scary concept, and it's just too bad they didn't really expand on it after, because that's like scary, especially knowing DC, right? Like knowing DC continuity. No. Yeah, exactly. It was sad, but rewatching it, because I have the whole seasons, like seasons of the Titans saved on my PC just so I can rewatch them. And rewatching it, it's just so depressing because the episode seemingly shown like Starfire smiling at the end and then leaving them, but she never really got closure from it, you know? Yeah, Beast Boy lost his airline, but she never really got closure from it. Like we never knew, she never knew if like she's gonna lost her friends like that, and Cyborg just stick to the tower. Like that's horrible. And in the comics, it's like kind of implied even worse. But I don't blame the writer because they only have the show to pinpoint to. In the comics, it's like I I guess the villain, Time Warp was his name. Yeah, he even if you raise him as a hero, as a Titan, he would end up becoming a villain again. And it's like something predetermined, like a destiny thing. And that's kind of whoa, what the hell do you mean by that? And yeah, again, it's kind of weird. And apparently, even when some paradox happen, the timeline will fix itself. Does that mean the timeline only has one linear outcome or something? I don't know. It's just very weird, very odd. It's just never explained. Even though DC is all about the flashpoint and stuff. Yes, she's back to the present. It's just that remember the last question she asked to Nightwing when she was about to go back. She's like, "Will it be like this? Will we um can I change the future or something like that?" And then Nightwing was like, "Starfire, we don't have much time." Like never really said any closure to her. We don't have time. We can't explain it to you. And then she's back to her present. Poor Star. And that's why I made that illustration since someone requested it to draw Starfire and Nightwing. And that's what I drew because she never got a closure from that. Like, can she change the future? And in the comics, it's implied that the future hasn't really changed, actually. Starfire is still not in the future. Beast Boy still lost half of his hairline. And also, Time Warp, despite being raised as a Titan, ends up still being evil. So, what's the implication there? But in my AU, I do plan to have like two outcomes from it. Like because again, with DC it has multiple universes. So in my AU, it's like yes, there's the bad future, which is that one, and then there's the good future, okay future, where Starfire actually stuck around. So in the bad future, Starfire probably comes back, but way later after like Jump City is like a deserted place. But in the good future, she's stuck around. Teen Titans or the Titans has become this big thing, a more widespread Justice League. I have this like idea because this is also a good way for me to use two ideas both at the same time, because again that happened to Starfire, right? How about the other Titans? Especially at the end of the Titans, everyone is like this big family, and it's enforced multiple times in the comics. So I come up with a solution for this. So for the bad ending, with the bad future, quote unquote bad, the Titans never really become this big thing. They kind of only briefly collaborated and then never having. Maybe there's no Titans East in this universe. Maybe there is like no branching Titans and it's just the main Titans, and that's why it's so desolate. And like Cyborg only has to stick to the original tower because there's no Titans East. And maybe in this future, Jinx and Kid Flash didn't really end up together, as in a way that Jinx never becoming a hero in this future. She's just maybe the idea was like she's supposed to be, at least in this one future, she's in the limbo. Like maybe Kid Flash did convince her, but she ends up not being a Titan. She just kind of left the face of the earth. she didn't die or anything. I think she's just on a path of alignment in my idea, and they only met again after they both become adults. But that's for the bad ending. But the good ending, everybody's stuck together. Titans become like the next Justice League, more so an extension of Justice League, a more spread out version of it. And they have like new well, you know, new Titan members all the time. Then there will be like, there will be Tim Drake will be there and like stuff like that. That's the good future. The bad future has none of that. Bad future, probably the Titans never really spread out. Jinx never becoming a hero. So like, yeah, the thing is, I had these ideas because I couldn't decide which one I want to like make, because I really like this idea where they met again later when they're both adults. Maybe implication of like someone moved on or whatever. Like, that's tragic as shit. But at the same time, I want them to stay together, and I don't want to like, So the 2-point solution is to just make both of them happen at the same time, just in different timelines. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I got a notification. '23? Yeah, that was 3 days ago. Oh! Okay. Work from home? Alright. I'm intently listening. That's okay. Sorry, I'm not drawing right now. I was checking my phone. I got notification from my workplace. I think they're trying because of the recent flooding, because it's been like the weather has been kind of extreme for the past weekend. Like, well, it's not flooding in where I live, but around where I live, it's flooding. So it's been very hard to go to work. So I just got a recent news that apparently they're gonna enforce like work from home for the next 2 days, and you know what? Fine by me. But yeah, that's the gist. That's the basic gist. Oh right, I forgot. I forgot to mention before the other project. So the other project that I have, an animated project. I don't know if I can finish it or if I can just substitute it with some other Flinx animation. But I kind of want to make a whole intro for my own series. Remember the iconic Teen Titans intro? I kind of want to make it another version. I've been considering of maybe like commissioning someone to make like an alternate version of the theme so I don't get copyrighted. Like a remix, but the jingle is still there. And I'm gonna take some inspirations from Bad Apple a little bit. You remember, like that old animation, right? Bad Apple, where it's like Toho character is just like throwing apples and then the shape changes every time. I'm kind of taking inspiration from that, but instead of an apple, it's the Titan communicator. Yeah, this is gonna take a bit to storyboard because I only think of the first couple of seconds. I haven't think of how it will merge with the others. And it will end up with like Kid Flash and Jinx because they are the center point of this series. But the previous one will be like, it's not just the main Titans anymore. It's the other Titans. There will be there will be like Karen Beecher, the Titans East, and then the Titans North, the Titans, honorary Titans like Lightning and Thunder, all that. but I haven't really storyboarded it. I will try when I have the time, but that's that's actually one of my next big project that I embedded myself with. I don't know when I will finish it though. It's that's gonna probably take a while. I mean, it's not like the characters aren't really that much like colored and stuff. And if you look at the intro of the original show, it's like it's not super animated either. Some of the animations are literally reused in like the later episodes. But still, Toho, the game, the bullet hell game. You probably heard of them from the Bad Apple animation. It's not an anime. It's a strictly a video game, an old video game at that. Okay, the background I can just do later. Let's color it. Background palette. I need to think about color palette. Yeah, let's go with these. Maybe something a little bit more. Okay, that's a malt cup for the home. There we go. Okay, the color shouldn't be too much. Green, yellow, pink. Let's see. Sunset? No. Something daytime. A little bit more. Too dark. Something a bit more. Too bright. Humidity. I think it's too stormy. Too dark. Oh, let me see the reference. I used the okay, a little bit blue, a little bit of okay, all right, and then some trees. Gotcha. You're not seeing it right now, but I'm looking at a reference image because no matter how good of a drawer you are, artist, I mean, you have to always look at references. Okay, now to color them. I usually do backgrounds last. Oh. I'm also on Twitch. But I don't plan on. I'm not promoting it because just in case the stream is shitty over there. Okay. Oh no, it's spelled Touhou. Toho. It's a bullet hell game, a Japanese game, and Japanese fandom. Ooh, his skin is more peach. There it is. No, wrong blue. Yeah, I can go with this. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's like an old internet meme. And even then, it's only like something that is mostly familiar around Nico Nico or the Japanese YouTube. So I don't blame you. It's more purple. Let's see. I remember when this was like a trend among teenagers, like these layered shirts. Like you have a shirt on and then you have another one, like before global warming. Oops, wrong. No, different hue. Yeah, let's go with that actually. Yeah, never mind. Yep, let's go with that. Plenty of bullets, yep. Metal slug, huh? Understandable. I don't play those cool games. I only play the free games you found in like girlsgames.com or something. The average Facebook game enjoyer. Remember that? Remember when Facebook used to have games? Damn. Wrong. Okay. That's fine. Let's go with that. Wrong shading. Maybe a little bit yellow, maybe a little bit or no. Green? A little more green. No. It's a eggshell. Can't really see it. Mini clip? No. I just play something off like girlsgames.com or something. I used to play lots of like Flash games, Sonic games. Sonic Advance Flash. I used to play that a lot. The Smash Bros. For the Flash, I played those too. Shoot, I forgot I haven't had like any. I haven't had breakfast. What's that sound? Never mind. Let's see now. Astro. Right, where was I? Ever played Club Penguin? Oh no, I haven't. I never understood those. You need to sign up, and then you need to have your stuff like that. I never really understood playing those when I was younger. Again, I don't speak English, so I don't play those community games. Like what's the other one? There was Club Penguin, and there's another one, with the animals. I forgot what it's called. Because I got I got intimidated by you need credit card information and stuff, so I never played. What drawing mission app you used? Oh, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. It's not. You can't see it, but I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I'm using Clip Studio Paint, but the EX version, because you can't make animation with. Well, you can make GIFs, but you can't make MP4 animation with the Pro version. If you want to just draw, I suggest just getting the pro version. It's much more affordable. The X is like if you need it for animation, as in a longer duration animation with sound and everything. Um, Wrong color. Yeah, let's go with that. Neopets? Yeah, I think so. I think it was Neopets. I tried that one and I got intimidated by it because I wasn't really proficient in my English at the time, so I just not play it. I like the animals, but I never got past the signing up thing and meeting up people thing. Um, Egg whites. I used to use clips. I used to use Paint Tool Sai, but I eventually moved to Clip Studio Paint because I can just animate here and draw on the same app instead of like having it separate. And you can't really open Sai files on Photoshop, so well, I mean, no, never mind. You can't really do that in Clip Studio Paint either. But again, I just thought that I can make animation on this app. Why don't you just do everything on this one app? For mobile, I used Ibis Paint. Ibis Paint, is that how you spell it? Ibis Paint. But I have to admit, like, despite the fact that I already paid for a subscription for Ibis Paint, the sketchbook app feels much better to use to draw on. I'm thinking of just moving subscriptions there, but you can't animate on it, so I'm in a limbo. Okay. I have no idea for the pants. Maybe I should just make it the same color as this. Or maybe just make it black, maybe. Nope. No. Maybe something. A good color palette is something that is kind of less than 3, so I guess this is already maximum. Yep, let's just make it black. The shoes. Teen Titans characters never have that much color palette. It's just the same color multiplied lots of times, so I'm trying to stay close to that. Oops. What's my favorite episode? Well, I guess you can say it is like Speed, but I like other episodes too. I think one of my favorite would be, I forgot the title of it. It's hold on. I'm still thinking of the title. Sure. Cause there's like the episode about the braid. that one, but then there's the other one. I like the episode with Mad Mod. Of course, everyone's favorite. I forgot the title of it, but I like that one. I also really like the Titans East, but you know that should be on like number 4 in my top 10, if I have to say. Titans East because purely because I get to see other Titans. Like finally the focus is not just the main guys. Well, except Cyborg. Cyborg is like super prevalent in many episodes, right? If you starting to notice. Like there is a whole episode where he's like isekai'd and he met this girl named, I forgot her name, was Sarah something. And then whatever, he got a girl. He got a girl multiple times actually throughout the series. But I think it makes sense, I suppose, because each of the Titans characters are like derivative to their original counterparts. They are designed based on the popular tropes in teen media at the time. So Raven is the stereotypical goth character because that was popular back then. And then you have the fish out of water new student Starfire, and then you have the class clown, which was Beast Boy, Robin being the leader, and then like Cyborg was like this jock. He's supposed to be the high schooler football team jock character. So I guess that makes sense. But still, like you have the entire like lots of episodes focusing around Cyborg and his having his fighting his inner demons, that is like being half robot. It was there in the earlier seasons. It was there in the midpoint of the season, like with what's his name again? Brother Blood. Yeah, Brother Blood. Like, dude, you already have like 2 arcs, and most of them about facing your other self, and like, yeah, it's mostly about him. I mean, aside from Robin, of course, because the Slade thing, but yeah. Even with Beast Boy, it's mostly about Terra. There's only like an episode that is focusing around his actual past with the Doom Patrol. And that was in like the finals, like among the final seasons too. So barely anybody watched that. Those tropes are really on the open. Yeah, I don't know if it's like rumored that's the case or it was confirmed, but yeah, I got that information somewhere. Like the characters are literally designed based off tropes you see in cartoons, like some stuff that you see in Danny Phantom. You see the typical outcast characters, and that was Teen Titans. They were kind of like somewhat an outcast. There's no adults around them, and well, they are fighting adults, if anything. Are there any other favorite relationships that isn't totally? I like Jet Lumi. I like Jet Lumi. Y'all remember Jet from the Sumeru quest? If you play Genshin, I ship her with Lumi, the traveler, the girl one. I like that ship too. I also really like Hutao and Xiangling. I like Xiangling and Hutao. I ship them too. I just don't draw them as often because they're not really my main focus. Those classics are the best. It is. I mean, kind of somewhat people are still doing them, just that people do it ironically now. Like, oh, we know about the popular girls now, and then we know about the goths, which is now like topsy-turvy. Now everybody likes goths. Back then they were like an outcast. But yeah, that's from what I gathered, and yeah, that's my observation of like the episodes of Teen Titans. I'm not saying they don't like, oh, they're not fair or anything. It's just that it's just very peculiar. The episodes are mostly focused around, well, not just the main Titans, but it's around Robin or Cyborg mostly. The other Titans, except Starfire, only has the season finale, the season final episodes for them. Like Raven with the whole Trigun thing, and then Beast Boy with Terra, and then Starfire with nothing. And it's because of those tropes. It's why with like the high five, it's like I made them as like a typical bully character because they are, like they kind of act like one. They're the bully character, but they're both outcasts weirdly, like outcast tropes. Usually with bullies, it's like the popular kids, right? Like the kids that are way more rich or looking way more annoying and stuff. I guess that has like that trope has been filled by Kitten, but still. Uh-huh. Let's skin. Oops. 100%. Yeah. Initially, for my AU, Jinx's past was supposed to be a little bit more complicated, but I thought actually, never mind. I don't have the brain to pull that off, so I just come up with something simple like this. Oof, I'm starving. I need to order something. Preferably that has coffee. I don't really have like um one of those effects on coffee, like, oh, it helps you stay awake and stuff. I just really like the taste of it. I just really like the taste of coffee. I mean, it's becoming a routine that if I don't drink one, I'm just kind of pissy all the time. I don't know if that's a symptom of caffeine, of one of those caffeine addiction or anything, but they never really affected how I'm awake or not. But I do feel a little bit agitated if I don't have one. um, I was actually debating on her hair initially, like what would it look like when she's younger. Because in the comics, it is kind of implied that, from how Leo says it, it's like, love the new hair. That's kind of implied that her current hair, the updo style, is new. She doesn't look like that before. And I thought, at first I was thinking of maybe braids or maybe like a lower pigtails. But then I thought, you know what? Let's just make it short. The hairstyle is actually inspired from like that one character from Twilight. I forgot her name. Because this is the 2000s again. What's her name again? Right. Her hair is like based on Elise Cullen from Twilight, but her first appearance from the first movie. That's her hair. That's Jinx's hair when she's younger. I think it just fits, like especially with the headcanon in my AU that her hair just goes up like that, and it's not because she styles it. It just do that. So so she can look younger too because short hair and stuff. So I guess it's the safest bet I could make. Oh shoot, there's no purple. That sucks. Alright, let's no. That sucks. Maybe I should change the palette. No. Maybe I should change the palette. Oof. I have no confidence in my color theory, so I just use whatever is like available on the nearest Clip Studio Paint asset store. I'll just like find a different palette that has purple in it. Give me a moment. I have to look for color palettes on Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio. You can't see it though. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. It's too expensive. Let's see. Filter. Category. Type. Gradient. Palette. Color set. There you go. What's the best way? What's the best one? Hair color. No. Pencil. It has purple, but warm. Auto shading. That's interesting. No, thank you. 500 colors. Do I need that much? Oh, time to fill the food. Yummy, yummy. In the street of Hue Ring. Okay. Cutesy palette. Let's see. Does it fit? No. Visual novel? No. Anime color. This one's a bit too limiting, I think, but I wonder if I can pull it off. Okay. ordering food as I'm downloading. Oh, okay, I haven't downloaded this yet. Guess I have to change the color palette now. Because the palette I chose is limited. Okay, all done. We got it downloaded. Quit the app. Let's import them. Ooh, they have them. Sorry, Oh, they also have tea. That's nice. Let's have them. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I haven't eaten anything today. I'll have something else later. Okay, how much is it? Okay. 33. Yep, this palette and that palette. Oh, it's only been an hour and a half. That's fine. That was my phone. I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up with that? Yo. Oh, right. I wonder if anyone's on Tumblr right now. Um, did anyone see that? What's her name again? No, not Sai. Like, did anyone see Good Night Night's art? They drew like my AU, my Earth 3 AU of Jinx and Fleet Flash, Fred Bold, and Lady Luck. And they drew their own evil, quote unquote, opposite version of Kid Flash and Jinx. The name is, I don't know what their name is. I guess it's the same. It's just Kid Flash and Lucky, but you know, very interesting. I really like the AU that they seemingly come up with. Well, they didn't really explain much, but from the implication, it's like their version is both Kid Flash and Jinx initially were villains, but they broke up, and Jinx becomes like a gray, not non-villain person. It's like a what if scenario if instead of like with Leo, it's like with Kid Flash instead. You know, the past. But the difference is that they both kind of don't want to move on or something like that. Like, yeah, very interesting. I don't think I've that's a new idea because that is a very original idea. My idea of evil Kid Flash and like hero Jinx is just heavily inspired by Drops of Jupiter, Drops of Jupiter's version of them, except I just make it even more campy. Drops of Jupiter, evil Kid Flash and hero Jinx are more, I'd say more fleshed out. I think there's more layers to them. Like especially their evil Kid Flash. It's just, well, the guy is just annoying. Is not. But mine is more camp. I kind of want to make the evil universe more campy because again, this is the world where I guess for the the AU of Drops of Jupiter fanfic, the it was set in the Injustice universe. Like it's evil Superman, but like a different group. It's like Injustice League. But in my AU, it's literally the Crime Syndicate. Ultraman is on the Rhine, like literally evil Superman, like already evil from the get-go Superman, not because Lois Lane was killed by Joker, like in Injustice. So literally, just from the get-go, it's an evil world where evil people got superpowers. I mean, it's kind of like the real world in a way, and that's the AU that's set in for my evil topsy-turvy universe of Teen Titans where everyone's evil. And again, that's why the Teen Titans in that AU is like super edgy and stuff. Because they are raised in a world where there's like literal dictators and stuff, like Ultraman. I think I think he was like he changed Metropolis to Ultropolis or something because he's just so controlling. And I thought that Teen Titans being like a criminal and stuff is like their way of like lashing out to the world. But yeah, it's not supposed to be too deep. It's just, I just want to make it as camp as possible, like giving the 2000s era edgelord as much as possible. Like the Linkin Park, or even the mid 2010s set it off, like those vibes for them. Oh shit, hold on. I'll be right back. I need to go back. BRB. Hold on, shit. No, wrong pen. There we go. BRB. Give me a moment. I need to like go somewhere. Alright, I'm back. Whew. Sorry about that. Had a not so quick trip to the bathroom. Okay. Where was I? Right. These colors. You know, let's just go with these colors. Why don't we? First, you select all of them, and then you have to skin, change the color. More peach. Oops, wrong color. 210. He's supposed to be peach. Let's see if there's any color close to that. There it is. Clothes. Blue and dark blue. Okay. Oops. Oh, so that's how it is. All right. Is it worth it? Oh, I haven't shared the stream yet. Maybe I should share on my Tumblr too. Um. Okay. All right. All normal, nothing new. I wonder if I'm still streaming on Twitch. I don't know. Oh, there is. All right. At link. What's the error? No, it's not. Oh. Nice. Okay. Let me turn on something. Alright, where was I? Oh, shoot! Sorry, hold on. Uh-oh. Shit. This is what I hate about my laptop. It's just... Oh! Jesus Christ. Is it still live? Oh, thank God. It's just, you know, the laptop that I'm using, the office laptop that I talked about, I have to keep it like all, you know, all the time charging because if I draw, it's like it gets laggy if I don't like plug it in and let it charge. So that was annoying. I almost lost my stream because um the cable for the charger, it's a little crooked, as in, one of those things when you're using a wired headphones and it's like you have to twist it a certain way so it connects. That's what's happening, but with the charger for my laptop. So it was like actively draining battery. It almost ended stream because it shut down because of like low battery. Thankfully, I managed to save it in time. But where was I? I need to like turn on the air conditioning first. So that was like super close. Almost lost the screen because battery was down. It's fine now. Okay, let's back to going. Let's just hope I don't stumble upon any cables anymore. Change the color of that thing. Yeah, that works. Hmm? Yellow. Mm. Um. Let's see if I can like finish this. I forgot. Okay, change the color of this. Pink. So far safe. No. Oops. Damn it. That sucks. Well, the available colors are like something more dark. Have to cheat. Oh. hi. I think I think I've seen you before. Hello, hello. Oh, I forgot to color this one. Yeah. It's been a while, so I just kind of forgot a few things. But I do remember you're around. I plan to make this like a bi-weekly thing maybe, like every 2 weeks I stream because it's been very very busy. Oops. Wait, what the heck is that? There shouldn't be lines here. If you're in college or something. Oh no, I have a job. I work. I graduated college last year. Graduated my master's degree. So I'm employed. So it's been very busy. Oh, I work 9 to 5 in an office. I think my bio. I think I put what I my occupation in my like Tumblr bio. I kind of sucked. Oh, okay. Cherish those moments. At least you don't have to worry about taxes. Oops. Hmm. No, I think it's a bit too. Yeah, you what? Sure. What the hey? Sure. Okay, it's good enough. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, what's up? I want to ask what if, what if, what if? Oh, little Jinx. Yeah, this is my own interpretation of what she looked like younger. Younger, yeah. Her design is actually her hair is actually based on that. It's a character from Twilight. Do you know Alice? Alice Cullen. Alice Cullen from the first movie. That's what her hair is based on. For younger Jinx, she's supposed to be like a preteen here, like 12 years old. But this is before she's in Hive. So in my AU, because I think it's not utilized enough, her past with Kid Cold or Leo, even though there's like lots of implication in the comic that they had history. So it feels like it's implied that from how Jinx addressed his sister Kate, like, who's your new sidekick? She said that, and the implication being that he used to have a sidekick, and Kate is like a new one. And from that alone, I just interpret that back then when they were together, they were like way younger and like a preteen. This was set before she's in Hive, so before high school, right? I just say junior high age, 12 years old. And so in that same page, I think, or it was the next page, it was Kid Cold said something about like, love your new hair, which implied that Jinx current hairstyle is not what she had when she was younger. So that kind of like gave me some, like, that kind of like that means I have to come up with something for what she looks like when she's younger. I like well, initially I think about maybe giving her a lower pigtail or something of the sorts, but I ended up just giving her a way shorter hair. I mean, it would just, because she would look younger with shorter hair. So yeah, her hair is like that because it lines up with my headcanon that her hair just stays up because she doesn't know how to control her powers yet. So so it's in line with the canon of the comic that is established that her hair stays up. I mean, no, that's my headcanon, but like the hair looks different from the current one. So how do I make it different but not too different? Just make it short. Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit, sorry. Give me a moment. That scared me. Uh, I accidentally nudged a cable or two, and if that cable got disconnected, this stream ends. That scared me a bit. I'm not very good at managing cables and stuff. But yeah, the whole show didn't go through it. Yeah, I mean, the whole how they become a team in the first place was never established, even though they showed one for the Teen Titans, but not the High Five. The High Five also only appeared like so very few times, despite the fact that they're like the first villains to be introduced on TV for them. Because apparently the episode with High Five, not High Five, like Hive Trio initially with Jinx and Mammoth and Gizmo was like the first episode to ever aired, and yet they barely ever show up at all actually. But yeah, so I come up with my own AU. I've seen lots of like people others interpretation, and they're all good. Most of them are very good. I like them. Like, she had a more tragic past and more traumatic experience and stuff. But personally, at least before Hive, I like to make her like this street rat. Like she's kind of abandoned. She has nowhere to go, and then she met Leo, and Leo is like this like young criminal, this young criminal that's like oh, like you have bad luck powers. Let's like do something with them. And that's her first relationship ever. And that is what introduced her to villainy because she believes that having bad luck means she's a she's a bad person and she has no place in good. And yeah, that's where her backstory in my view is very simple. It's very by the book, literally just connecting the dots based on the comics. Like, oh, maybe she just thinks she's bad because someone told her that being bad luck means there's never been an option for her to be good in the first place. And that person is Leo, in my view. Like, oh, you're bad luck. I'm down on my luck. So let's just like rob a bank or something at the age of 12. They throw it, I think, because it was in the middle of a transition era for Cartoon Network. At the time, they wanted to have more funny shows, because this was the era where there's like shows like Chowder and Flapjack or something like that. It was they don't want to do action cartoons anymore. I think they were if they were like created way earlier, I think they'd have more chance to have more seasons because earlier we had like Batman the animated series, all that. But because it was made during the transition era, where there's other action cartoons like Generator X and Ben 10, Cartoon Network at the time think there's like too much shows for boys that are action. What about the funny ones, the ha ha hee hee? And yeah, that's why it got like the shorter hand of the stick because Cartoon Network wants to balance everything out and not just have everything action based. Even though this was the era where shows like Avatar was like rising, actively becoming one among the most popular shows, right next to SpongeBob. But yeah, they do have lots of like action cartoon at the time, like a lot of them. But still, it's just too bad. It's Teen Titans that got axed. Oops. Sorry, that was my water bottle. Any advice for people who want to get better at art animation? Just keep at it. If you want to if you want to pursue something or want to create something, make sure you have a clear goal of what you want to do with them. Me, I just like keep it simple. I have to be able to do this so I can make this. I just do it. And it's why I keep drawing fan arts and stuff because I want to make something for this thing. So I have to learn how to make it so I can make it for my fandom. That's my goal, but you can have your own goal, like maybe you want it to be able to be good for so you can like be hired somewhere. That's fine too. But for me personally, the main takeaway is you just keep at it and don't give up. Have a clear goal so you don't give up, You just don't draw because you want to draw, but you want to draw for something. Maybe it's for your maybe it's so you can express yourself better. Maybe it's so you can draw for one of your favorite shows or franchises or anything. Make sure you have a goal and you just grab onto it and run with it. I do that. How I learn things, I just like brute force it. If I can't do it, I will make myself to be able to do it. I don't know how. I just brute force it. That's how it is with animation. To this day, I still have not mastered the whole 12 principle of animation thing. But at least I can get something out there. And that's my goal. I want to get something out there. And you can find your own goal too. That's my advice actually. At least just keep at it. As long as you know your goal, you don't give up on it. It was so bad 2009. Yeah, it was identity crisis. They don't know what to do with them. I think it was because the other cartoon shows at the time, well, not cartoon shows, but like mostly having predominantly cartoons channels at the time, having lots of like sitcoms You know, sitcoms that are way more popular than cartoons sometimes. Like Disney had its um, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and like you know, Wizard of Waverly Place or whatever. And then Nick has iCarly, all that stuff. And Cartoon Network has none of that. I think they're just worrying about the competition, so they just what is something that is like in line with the Cartoon Network radical aesthetic type thing, and then they just come up with like the live action shows with the in which most of them aren't even like they're not sitcoms, they're mostly reality shows that people do challenges and stuff because I don't know, I guess that's what they think Cartoon Network's all about, just being edgy. But that was the worst era ever because oh man, I do not want to watch Cartoon Network because they have these random white people talking on screen. I don't, in which again, this also aired in Asia, Cartoon Network, and I have no clue what they're talking about because they were not translated. There were no dubs. No, I was still young at the time. I was like what, 9 years old, 10. No clue what they're talking about. I'm just gonna watch Nickelodeon, I guess. It's a good thing that didn't last as long though, but still, it left a mark. But yeah, it's that identity crisis that probably worried them. They're too worried about the competitions. I ordered like a takeout and it's on its way. I haven't eaten breakfast today. It's already like almost 12 p.m. Oh, but yeah, I heard like the literal. Well, this is a rumor. It's unconfirmed and stuff. But like I heard there was like this rumor about how in the very reason why they introduced all those like titans. Remember, like they introduced lots of characters, and how like the final season is literally them introducing new faces, is because initially they're supposed to have more seasons. They were greenlit for more Teen Titans, like probably another 2 seasons or something. And then they started a new season, and then immediately they got canceled. Like they already introduced this big cast, Avengers Endgame cast, and then Cartoon Network's like, actually, never mind. You guys are like done. And so it ends on like that cliffhanger episode with Tara. Shit. Sorry, battery. God damn it. Please give me a moment. there it is. Oh, saved. And that's why the show got cancelled. I mean, in the most unsatisfactory way possible. But I can't say I'm too surprised because they kind of set up this whole chibi reboot of Teen Titans, you know, and that ends up making Teen Titans Go. But they've set it up that it's like a completely separate universe in which everyone is a chibi character. They've set it up as early as when Teen Titans was still running. So I guess like that's what Cartoon Network is ordering them to. Like, we probably not gonna save this show except if you like make a comedy version of it. Except if you like make it a comedy instead. I guess you know it's like dead in the water. And then immediately, Teen Titans Go came into fruition. Played the last Arcan Quest? No. I actually have uninstalled Genshin a while back. I am consider going back, but only for like maybe Lantern Ride, and then I'm gonna install it again. What color? Hold on. What the hell? Shirt. Can I spoil something? Sure. Go ahead. No. Go ahead and spoil it if you wanna. Maybe some blue? Okay, I think I have a general idea. I really want to give this like a very 90s, 2000s vibe somehow. Just make it red. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yep, Sandron died. Good grief. Okay. Alright, sorry. I was looking at something else. What was that? Yeah, Sandrone died. Good grief. What's that meme again? Oh no! Anyway. Where is it? Prompt. Oh, comment. Never mind. Damn, he got thinner. Yeah, she will. Sorry. I saw a funny video. You don't see it though. Do you place? Okay. And some say she will have design based on the Lavender Emily concept. Meh. I don't know. Maybe. It's probably because people keep complaining about how Emily looks so ugly at the end. They might as well reuse some of the designs. Yeah. I can't believe we lost her because some staff want to self-insert herself so bad to her. Anyway, do you play Sonic? If so, who's your favorite character? Yes, I do. That is actually my other fandom. I have three main fandoms: Teen Titans, Genshin, which is just one ship, and then Sonic. I play Sonic. I grew up with Sonic. Um, my my favorite character is Silver the Hedgehog. My favorite. I like Blaze, but I like Silver a little bit more because he's more. I suppose he's more relatable to myself. And he's kind of more interesting to me. Blaze is great and all. I like her. She's like my second favorite. But it's more so, again, you know, Silver has this time traveling thing going on. Blaze has like dimension hopping, but only sometimes. So my favorite is that. My favorite is Silver and Blaze. I ship them both too. My third favorite Sonic character is Sonic. It's like Silver, Blaze, Sonic. Looks like a style for someone who's a shadow is really? You know, that's kind of maybe. Well, no. The thing is, that's very funny because I ship Sylvace instead, and for Sonic, I like him with Amy, but him with Shadow is also very nice. I like it, the art style mostly because the artists have this crazy unhinged art style. Soneto artists are like crazy talented. I can't help but like the ship because of it. I hope someone feels the same way with Flinx with me. Maybe one day. But yeah, for ships I like Sylvace. I like I like Sonami and Sonato. I like Top Sonic. I really like Top Sonic. Something about cocky speedsters that got me going. Let's see. What jeans? What is the color of jeans? Shit. I should just change it blue later. motherfucker. There he is. But yeah, you'd be surprised. I know Shadami, I think that's what it's called. It's kind of popular. I always like Sonami more. I grew up with Sonic X. Can you tell? Shit, where's my sandals? Oh, it's far away. Never mind. Maybe some white shoes and what do people wear? I used to wear sandals. I didn't wear shoes when I was younger. Black shoes, gotcha. White. I'm gonna put like a comic book here. I don't know. I'm still debating whether it's the Flash comic book with the that features, Barry Allen, or the Archie era Sonic. Y'all remember that? Real ones, remember? I'll kind of overlay it later. Because in my head canon, Wally is a Sonic fan. Favorite Vocaloid song? Which era? I also follow Vocaloid. I don't participate in the fandom, but I follow the vocal synth community for the past decades, like since the 2010s. So I know a little bit about the fandom. I know the Fanloids, the Utahloids, the Chefio, the synth fee of it all. I know. So, which era? For like the original 2000s Vocaloid era, the mid 2000s, and early 2010s, I'd say I like Romeo and Cinderella. Specifically the unofficial reply version, Nirishira. I forgot what it's called. Nirishira Romeo and Cinderella or something, where it was supposed to be like a fan rendition sung by Juliet. Because Romeo, Cinderella, and Juliet. And that's my favorite Vocaloid song. It was initially it wasn't by Vocaloid, it was a cover, but it was a Vocaloid song, right? So Romeo and Cinderella was a Vocaloid song. I like that song. I like the tragic story the fans come up with. I remember when Vocaloid songs used to have fan replies. That's like goated era. That's my favorite for the 2000s, 2010s. I guess for another one would be, let's see. I like My Style, and also I like Nikki's music. Nikki's Vocaloid music are also great. I also like them. Like, it's giving anime intro, older Nikki especially. And then for the newer one, I have to admit, I really like, what's it called again? Shoot. Oh yeah. For the newer song, I have to admit, it's not Vocaloid, but it counts, I guess. Vocal synth. I really like Butcher's Vanity. I really like Butcher's Vanity. I've always not been a big fan of English songs because they always use heavy words for some reason, and it's such a tongue twister. I remember like Circus P, producer Circus. I like his songs too. I like Circus Monster. That was the 2010s era, for English Vocaloid songs. I like that one, but it's hell to sing to because the lyrics, they just kind of keep going. The pacing, they don't make any difference with how you sing in Japanese and English. Like, it's like trying to sing Japanese songs in which mostly just you saying words, but you use English instead. So it's like you're just talking fast, but you're not exactly rapping either. So that's why I'm not always been a big fan of English Vocaloid songs. But Butcher's Vanity is like an exception among the exceptions. I also really like I forgot his name, but he's the one who always make like from the 2010s Vocaloid songs using Oliver. I also really like him. Stem pianist, I think what his name was. I really like his music. I like the older music. Um, what's it called? Like The Secret of Hysteria, I think. You know, the one with the Albert Fish message letter at the end. I really like that one too. So yeah, that's those are among my favorites. I mean, I like other catchy songs, but these are what I have on top of my head. As you can tell, I've been around for a bit. Like, I mean, I was there when Utao like Yoane, no, not Yoane, no, but like Utao's like Ruko and what's her name, Ritsu. They both have like Kire voice bank, and it's like them. Literally, it was among the first time Utao ever sounded so realistic because they literally recorded people screaming, and because of that, they sound so natural because they scream. I really like that. I was there. It was still my. It's still one of my favorite voice banks, even though I never used them. I just like the way they sound. For a favorite Vocaloid uh, picture, like PV music video, I like Lots of Laugh. I like because Lots of Laugh's PV was created by the artist behind Dramatical Murderer. If you know, you know. And then I also really like Sweets and Bitters. I think this was like a Gakupo and Luca song. I used to be a Gaku Luca shipper. You know, that's how it is. And I really like the PV of that. It's very sweet. It's like very fluffy. And I also for the modern one, well, you know, I really like the um the PVs by, oh, I forgot her name. Shit, I forgot the producer's name. Hold on. No, Sarah. Um oh wait. What's his name? What's their name? Right, Inukai. Right, Inukai. I also really like Inukai's music, Vocaloid, for Vocaloid because she uses Gumi, and I really like her like ancient Japanese music series with Gumi. Really like that one too. The PV is also my favorite. Very good. The design and stuff. Ugh, Woma is so talented at drawing him. Oh shit! Hold on. I need to get my takeout. Give me a moment. And I'm back. So, what's your favorite Vocaloid song? My favorite is that. It's like it kind of depends on the vibes that I'm in. But favorite music, I just found this like genre. Well, no, I knew about this genre for months, but I like as of like the last 5 months or six, I found this genre that is like exploding nowadays among like online new faces like indie music scene, and it's like literally just trying to emulate the 2000s era music again, and it's like one of my favorite thing ever. Like literally singers and like musicians, all of them trying to how to make this music sounds as like Frutiger arrow as possible. And I love them so much. Currently my hyperfixation with this type of music is with the band After is great. The singer captured the energy of that, those vague love like songs from like the Disney movies. Well, not really Disney, but like more so like a, one of those cheap movies, like in their endings and like intro songs and stuff. Like, oh, they capture it perfectly, and I love their music. I've been listening to them. You can't listen to it right now. I'm listening to them at the moment with a different set of headphones because I don't want to get copyright strike for this for the stream. You can't listen to them, but you can look them up. Their name is After. It's very good. Look, this is exactly the type of songs I would listen to back then. Back in the 2000s. Oh, you'll be hearing me some plasticky stuff. Sorry about that. I haven't had lunch or breakfast actually, so I'm having one right now. Excuse me. There will be like a background here. I'm referencing like the Beatles album with the them crossing the roads. You can't see the reference image. I have it on the other screen. Sheesh. Hmm. Oops. Oh no. Okay, save. Okay. Lemon. No. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Oh, cute. bad apple, but if you pause, it's just apples. What the hell does that mean? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. I remember when Vocaloid song used to be very like creepy pasta ish. Seven fatalities in Toys R Us. He responded, "It's bad." Okay. Okay. Rotten Girl retry. Oh, Rotten Girl, the. Oh, yeah. Oh, that song. Okay. I was misremembering. Because, you know. Because when you think like. Wait, hold on. Because when I hear a Rotten Girl, it's like the Sawtone one, right? Sawtone? Is that how you spell his name? But I was actually thinking about uh Rotten Girl Grotesque Romance. I was actually thinking of the old Vocaloid song with the creepy Miku in the PV, the Yandere Miku song with the where the video there's like this video of her killing Luca or something, beheading her, and then gifting it to Kaito because Kaito is like the love interest in this song. That's what I was thinking of. I'm guessing you're thinking about the Sultan one, or was it that one? You can tell I'm an old school. Oh my god, I'm old. Not really. Uh, Shadow, lack of common sense, butcher vanity. Yeah, like allies of human sacrifices. Which game of life? Is it the is it that one? Or was it the one with Gumi? Because I think there's like two that's like similar. There's like another one, right? Game of Life has two songs, I think, are similar to that. Yeah, there's like the one with the Jubiphonics, and then there's the other one. Maybe I'm misremembering with Gumi, but not that one. There's a different one. It was a duet with Miku and Gumi. Maybe it's like a different title. Oh, I think that was Punishment Game, was it? Yeah, I think that was Punishment Game, not like Game of Life. Okay. Yeah. But your vanity is great. I love the fan design for her. Like Yishi's design. I really like that. Like it's like it looks so cosplayable, you know? Like it's not like Miku or other like, Vocaloid or Synphi characters. Her design looks actually like trendy, like very very cosplayable, but there's also like this um oh shit, oh man. But there's also like this um details on her design that is uniquely hers, like that red line on her clothes, like on her tank top or whatever she's wearing, the black top. Like those red lines look like she's like blood. It looks like she's like bleeding from the neck. That looks so cool. That is an actual cool design. I really like that detail. The Miku Game of Life. Okay, that's an old song too. I like that one too. I think I was mistaking it with the other one, which is the Punishment Game, which is a completely different thing, a different song. Oh, I also really like Puzzle. I like Puzzle. Puzzle and Jenga are also my favorite Vocaloid songs for Miku. They're just very, I don't know, it's like, one of those like love songs. I really like those. Excuse me, I'm eating. I remember back then, people really, most favorite songs are usually just, Servants of Evil, Daughter of Evil, that series. If you know, you know. A not so fun fact, actually, it's more so an embarrassing fact about myself. The Elise and human sacrifices used to scare the shit out of me when I was younger. Because I learned about the song at the same time I was learning about, like, y'all remember that other creepy Vocaloid song? Like, Kagumi, Kagumi, ne 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 ne. That scared the shit out of me when I was younger. Because the song was delivered along with the creepy pasta. There was two creepy pastas for each of them. I mean, like one of each have a creepy pasta around them. And I read the creepy pasta, and that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid with Elise and human sacrifices. I remember reading a creepypasta about how the people in that it's clear that this creepypasta is like written way after the song was out, but I didn't know. I was like 12 or something, so I looked up the story behind it, which is creepypasta, and it's about how there are like random people being killed, and random people in Japan, because at the time people were like, because Japan is like this like very foreign place, so it feels more scarier that way. And there was supposed to be this like serial killing murders that left cards around the victims, and those victims later resurrected into the Alice in Wonderland world. Like one has the heart, the other has the ace, so on and so forth. And I was a kid, I thought, oh no, like, so the calling card of this murder is like the cards, right? And literally the cards. and that used to scare the shit out of me. I was afraid of like, what if I got killed or something like that. That's kind of stupid now because it happened in only Japan, in that according to the story, and I wasn't in Japan anyway. But still, that scared me. That story. I used to think it was true. Like there's this mythical serial killer that kills people and leave cards around, and then when you got killed, you were transported to this other world where you were literally given the worst fate possible. And I was also used to be afraid of the Kagome songs because it feels it's like it's very haunting to listen to, and the story is like very creepy. At least at the time when I was a kid, he tells about like this perspective of like I don't know, a guy who's a volunteer or whatever. I don't remember, but like he went to this orphanage near the mountains, and then apparently it's like revealed that orphanage has been abandoned for years, and the kids are like mutants and they're just kind of trying to kill the guy or something like that. I don't know. Like at first it's like, oh, it's like this innocent orphanage with like good kids, well-mannered kids, and then it's revealed that this one kid has no tongue, this one kid has no eyes, and it's like a human experiment, something like that. That used to scare the shit out of me. It's still creepy now, but I don't believe the story anymore. I used to believe them. I think the new fans of Vocaloid or Synth in general are kind of lucky. Like they don't get to experience literally being traumatized by the internet from fake stories. It used to be so scary because the internet is this wild place where we still don't know the scope of it. And then there's like, internet is still, well, not just internet, but like overall technology is still developing, and we don't know the limits of it yet. And everyone still associate things with ghosts and spirits and hauntings. Nowadays it's like just an aesthetic. It's just there to look creepy, and there's nothing deep about it except maybe just someone venting their trauma. So it's like not as scary as it used to be. So people are lucky. I just know I'm gonna have the most severe stomach later. Stomach ache. Stomach. Yeah. Stomach later. On an empty stomach, I got a spicy chicken. This is gonna do my stomach wonders later. Oh boy. I can't help it. The chicken that I ordered is like one of my favorite joints, and they always run out of the spicy ones, so I had to get one as soon as possible. Now what's missing is a cup of tall caramel coffee. Okay. Throw that in the trash later. But yeah, I think what's making like older vocaloid songs more creepier was just the overall mythos around them. The 2000s and the 2010s were like this era of people still believing ghosts in the machine. So it's like, it's kind of like that old Lavender Town syndrome creepypasta, where it's like, oh, if you hear this in a certain frequency, you will literally kill yourself, and people believe that. Because why wouldn't they? We barely know any. We barely know. Ah, so like yeah, it's been 4 hours more, right? Has it? Not yet. Like okay. How long? I guess 45. I guess in 15 minutes. I guess we'll end stream in 15 minutes because I promised I'm not gonna waste all day streaming. I promised before for this stream I'm not gonna stream all day. I think unless it's like a national holiday and it's like more than 3 days long, I would stream all day again. But because tomorrow is a work day, I can't stream for too long, and I have other things to work on. So let's just see what 15 minutes give us. Like in 15 minutes, what can we like make from this? How far is the progress? Let's see. Background. I need like a perspective thing. Oh, it was this high. Yep, I want to do a Beatles thing. Oh no, where's the perspective ruler? Oh, there it is. I can delete this. Oops. Okay, let's hide the ruler. Okay. No, the whites. The classic Beatles, right? Because that's what every 2000s and 90s cartoons always highlight. Because the creators are nostalgic for the 70s or something. So they got like Elvis and stuff. Thank God for clips to the paint. Okay. And then the streets. What color is it? cement, same color. The Beatles. Okay. What's this other ones? Oh. Okay. Now the pole. What color is the pole? Oh. I need to fix the shadows a little bit later. How long have I been streaming? Let's see. Oh shoot, the window opens on the other side. Okay, I guess I can. 4 minutes. I need to like redraw that or just use a template or something. The shadow needs to be gone. Apparently I got it all wrong. My bad. Not bad, actually. I have to like add some buildings on the side or something. Whew, it's almost 4 hours. I guess I'm gonna end stream right now. Thank you for watching. It's been almost 4 hours I stream. Wow. Time flies way too fast for my liking. Like my time, my like inner clock is like all screwed up because I measure time with, if can I create a drawing can I create a drawing within that time span or not? Because if it's like, oh, we have 4 hours left to spare, that's like a short time to me. 4 hours, it's like a brief time. I probably just came up with ideas and sketches with that time. A long one would be like a 12 hours or more than that. That's like, oh, long hours. Cool. But 4 hours, 3 hours, those are not, those are not short numbers to me. It's very brief, especially when you're in the zone, when you're creating things. Like, time flies. But yeah, that's just that. I think that's about it. I'm gonna end stream now. I guess the first time I stream on Twitch is quite successful, a little bit. I will try again next week or the week after. I want to make this at the most a bi-weekly thing, once every 2 weeks. But if I can stream per week, that'll be great. I really want to do that so I can get stuff done. But yeah, thanks again for watching. You can still see this recording later if you need some background distraction, I suppose. I don't talk much in this stream though, but yeah. See you later. This will be posted later, probably in a couple hours, because I will schedule it. That's it. I'm just gonna, if you want to see like what I'm working on alongside this, I'm working on like an adoptable. I'm designing a Cedrian, like a plant Sonic character, because it's spring. And then I'm drawing my OC, but that's about it. I will like create one more Flinx fan art after this, and it will be scheduled to be posted some other day or maybe tomorrow, because it's like a reply to Good Night Night Night's artwork, because they have their own like evil Kid Flash hero Jinx design, and I think it's pretty neat. The idea is pretty unique actually, because Kid Flash and Jinx in their AU is very similar to how I depict Leo and Jinx back in her preteen days. Like, they're this villain duo, but ends up breaking up eventually. The difference is that in their AU, Kid Flash and Jinx kind of low-key want to get back together, but of course with Leo and Jinx they don't. Jinx especially, she doesn't wanna. But yeah, that's about it. And that's the AU. And I want to make like a reply to it, because my Kid Flash AU, and my Evil Kid Flash and Hero Jinx AU are instead based on Drops of Jupiter, the fan fiction. Although mine is more edgy and it's literally more campy, and it's designed to be campy. It's like at most tackling how, under an evil dictatorship, some people just kind of snaps and kind of have no hope in the world and stuff, and that's about it. I don't want to pry too much on the details, but that's what the Teen Tyrants or my evil Kid Flash and crew is all about. They just want to conquer other worlds, because they can't conquer the world they're in, because Ultraman is controlling their world. So yeah, the crime syndicate and stuff, that's scary. But that's the difference between my AU and Drops of Jupiter's AU. Drops of Jupiter's is set in Injustice world, while mine is more in the crime syndicate before they mix the both universe up, the Injustice and the crime syndicate worlds. So it's like a pocket archival dimension where Earth 3 was never deleted by whoever was in charge, Dark Side or whatever, to delete that world. So it's just everyone's evil because they can't stand Ultraman. But yeah, that's about it. That's the AU. I want to make like a reply to that, and then I want to make like sketches of adult Jinx or adult Teen Titans in general, or just Teen Titans in CVs. I'm still thinking about it. Whatever. I'll come up with something later. But anyway, that's the stream for today. I went on a long tangent than I expected to. Well, I'll catch you later, whenever that is. And please check Tumblr, because maybe I will post later, and maybe tomorrow too, and maybe the next day too. Well, that's it. See you later, guys.